lay claim to the truth, then if you say that your way is the only way and that your truth is the only truth, you'd better be right. I'm Chris, and I would describe myself as just another disaffected church kid. I grew up in the church and was very involved from a very young age. My earliest memories are of being in church. I went every Sunday, Wednesday, and almost every day in between. Just was involved in every program, Awana, youth group, everything. My second earliest memory of church was of me sitting in the pew and the pastor talking about heaven. And he was saying, when we go to heaven, we'll just be praising God all day, every day for eternity. And I remember thinking, wow, if it's anything like church, I don't want to go to heaven. When I really became a skeptic was when I got into college and I started taking Bible classes, because the more I learned about the Bible, the less I actually believed. But you're trying to tell me that Christians are the only ones that are right just because they say so? Because every other religion out there says the same thing. Who has the arrogance to say that? If Christians are right, then I guess Mormons must be wrong, Islam must be wrong, Buddhists, and that's the majority of the world right there, Buddhist and Islam. I mean, where do you draw the line, really, as to who is right? Even among Christianity, there's so many differences. There's so many different beliefs. There's so many veins of Christianity. Where do you draw that line to where you're wrong, we're right, and we're going to heaven and you're not? How can that be if God is loving and God is graceful and God is forgiving? Any way you slice it, that means that the majority of people that have ever lived are going to hell. And how could a God that's full of love and forgiveness send the overwhelming majority of people that have ever lived to hell? When there's a decision as important as heaven or hell, I feel like you can't just believe it. You have to challenge that, because it's such an important decision. If you haven't challenged it, how can you really know what you believe? How can there truly be only one right answer when there are so many lives with so many experiences and so many differences between everybody? How can there only be just one way? And that just doesn't make sense to me.